What are the odds they take the fifth, Miss White?
I think pretty high because, as you say, it would be a felony if they're found perjuring themselves before Congress. And they're going to be asked some really pointed questions that the Republicans have been longing to ask for several months now, which is, what services did you provide to these foreign businesses in order to justify earning hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time? And again, House Republicans have tracked down the money trail in regards to this. They have bank documents proving that Hunter Biden specifically earned a $400,000 check from a Chinese energy company. But again, it is not clear what service he provided in order to earn that. So how does Hunter Biden answer that question without either perjuring himself or exposing that this was part of a larger Biden family influence peddling scheme?
All right, but if he takes the fifth, then it's all moot because you're not going to get any answers. You could ask the question all day long, but Americans who follow this kind of a thing, and I would say I put that number at about 40%, 60 don't care or too lazy to follow it. You're not going to be able to advance the story other than making the Jim and Hunter Biden look foolish, correct?
Correct. But I mean, I think that what you said at the beginning of the program is correct. Biden's not going to be impeached. The House is not going to vote to impeach Joe Biden. The Senate certainly would not vote to convict him. So the reason that House Republicans are pursuing this investigation as they are is really, I believe, it's to help Republicans' chances in the 2024 election and also to give the public the information that they were deprived of back in 2020 when the media launched a concerted effort to squash any reports about Hunter Biden's business dealings and Joe Biden's alleged involvement. But again, I don't think that House Republicans would ever vote to impeach Biden.
Why?
I don't think that.
Why would they not? Because more information is going to be coming out about Joe Biden. And already we know that he received a $200,000 check from his brother, Jim. And now they say it was a repay of a loan, but they can't back up when the original loan was. I don't know about that. I think that they may go for an impeachment vote. Might not get it, but you say they're going to err on the side of caution. If they don't think they have the votes, they won't put it up, right?
Right. They're not going to put up an impeachment and embarrass themselves by not getting unified support from their own caucus. Right. And again, this is a Republican problem. They should vote to impeach Joe Biden because it's very clear that he was involved in some way. But Republicans can't even gather together to choose who they're going to have as speaker. OK, and you think that they're going to be unified in order to impeach the president of the United States?
It would be hard to think of any Republican sitting in the House right now that would vote not to impeach Biden. When all of them are up next November, that would almost be like ending their career, would it not?
Well, I think that it depends on how you view the impeachment process. In many of these swing states, impeachments of any president in the past, including the impeachments of President Trump, were politically unpopular among voters because voters don't tend to like divisive actions. So if Republicans view this as a liability moving into their tough elections, they're going to vote with the Democrats.
Well, it's a good point. They might chicken out because of selfish reasons. Last question for you. Based upon what you know, and you know a lot, do you believe that Joe Biden, as vice president and then after he left that office, was totally aware of this big grift of $20 million coming in based on his name? Do you, Kaylee McGhee White, believe that as an American?
Yeah, I believe that he was aware of it the entire time. You don't set up 20 shell companies. You don't use dozens of anonymous pseudonym email accounts to correspond with your son for any purpose but nefarious activity. There was a very concerted effort by Joe Biden himself to cover up what he was discussing with Hunter Biden and Hunter Biden's business partners. So the idea that he was not aware where this money was coming from or what his son was doing in order to make it is ridiculous.
Do you think that he derived money from the grift, that he and Jill benefited financially from that?
Yeah, I do. Again, the $400,000 check that Hunter Biden received from CEFC, which is the Chinese energy company, Joe Biden ended up getting $40,000 in the form of a check from James and Sarah Biden. Now, we know from one of Hunter Biden's past business associates that in that energy deal, it was promised that there would be a 10% cut for the big guy, which many believe to be Joe Biden. 40,000 is 10% of 400,000.
Yep.
I see it impractical that he would not have personally benefited from this.
Now, the circumstantial evidence is overwhelming. There's no, you can't say it isn't. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.